In today's video, we're gonna talk about secrets that Placement Games hide, how to get placed higher, your max Placement Games division, a lot of fun shit, so stay tuned. You don't have to hit like, you don't have to hit subscribe, but if this video helps you, that would be really helpful, and please let me know what you think about this video by commenting below, telling me what you want to play in the Placement Games. I'm really looking forward to reading your comments, so stay with us until the end and keep being fucking awesome. Hello guys and welcome to MVY's first video on the preseason placement games. First of all, what are your placement games? Your placement games are silly fucking games which determine your placement ranking. Each game of the placement games has a different MMR rating. Starting from the first, it has the highest MMR, ending at the last one which has the lowest MMR. And the first one has around something about 300, 200 MMR. To put it in divisions, it's like 2 or 3 whole divisions. The most important thing about the placement games is you gotta win at least the first 3 games. Those are the most important games. If you can't be 100% sure that you're gonna win the first 3 placement games, I suggest getting a duo, get Smurf, Booster, whatever. If you don't have a friend like that, I'm fucking sorry, I don't know what to say. There's nothing you can fucking do. Just get better and win the games. But hope is not lost. I'm gonna teach you how to be better at your fucking placement game. You have to understand, in the first games of the season, the players will be extremely tryhard. Now, what comes with tryhardness? Rage, tilt. Your teammates will be tilted a lot more than usual. So, what can you do about it? Keep your own cool. Can you take advantage of this? If your team tilts, what does that mean? It means the other team tilts really easy as well. In order to gain something from that, you have to make them tilt. You have to make them as tilted as possible, because when people are predisposed to tilt, it's so easy to just push them off the edge. A little impulse pushes them off the cliff and into the tilt, rage, flame, AFK zone. How you are going to do this is relative to your elo. If you're playing lower elo, and by lower elo I mean bronze, gold, silver, you pick a champion which has very high pressure in 1v1 and has the potential to 1v2. Champions like a Pantheon, something with a lot of burst damage. Darius, Renekton, something like that. Diana, Rengar, Kassadin, Jhin, Jace, or something very cheesy. If you pick something cheese that's very high risk, and if you can master that champion, it will be so strong, it will induce tilt almost instantly, trust me. If you kill your opponent 1 or 2 times, or if you kill your opponent and the jungler in lower elo, your placement games are as good as won. What you have to do besides that is again keep your own cool. Always be as cool as possible during your placement games, during every game if possible, but most important, because this is a video about placement games, during them. Start here, you might get calmer in the rest of your games, who the fuck knows? The way to induce tilt in higher elo is simply by choosing a lane and creating a huge amount of pressure on it. If you're playing jungle, this is a bit easier to do because you can just choose the lane you want to pressure, but if you're playing lane, you want to try to pressure other lanes by ganking there constantly. It doesn't matter if you get a kill, you just have to get pressure. Creating pressure like this puts your opponents in a defensive state. When they are in the defensive state, they try to focus all their resources on that shit. And while they do that, what you can do is create pressure. For example, let's say you're playing mid. Try to create pressure on the bot lane with several ganks. Just creating pressure, make sure you're not making your teammates dive or do silly stuff. Just create a bit of pressure. What will they do? They will respawn, they will rotate, probably. The jungle will come bot lane, the mid lane will come bot lane. What does that do? That gives you time for yourself to go back on mid, start pushing, create more pressure, because now they have to rotate again. Just keep them under pressure at all times, and this will induce tilt, because being exposed to pressure forces you to take not so rational decisions, forces you to be always on the defensive, to be always the one being attacked, not the one attacked. How can you get the highest ranking in your placement games? It all depends on what you placed last season. The highest you can go is Platinum 1, so no matter what you were last season, Challenger, Diamond 1, your highest will be Platinum 1. If you placed Bronze last season, this season's placement games can take you up to Silver. That's probably the highest you can go. There were some cases of bronzes going to gold 5, gold something, but I think those are simply glitches. Don't count on that. It could happen in theory, but in practice it almost never happens. So it's probably gonna be bronze or silver. If you're low into bronze, you're probably gonna get placed bronze no matter what you play, no matter how good you play. But you know, you can skip a few divisions there as well. If you got placed silver, you're gonna place silver, bronze or gold. It depends on how your placement games will go and on your luck. You might get better players with you, you might get worse players with you. You might get better MMR players with you or worse. Now, if you get horrible MMR players, that's, you know, very unlucky. If you can get placed in bronze or something, even if you finished silver 1, if you are placed in gold last season, if you finished gold, these preseason games can take you up to platinum and down to bronze. Again, it depends on your luck, on their MMR. If you are platinum, you can go up to silver. I don't think you can go up to bronze, down to bronze. You can go maximum platinum 1, of course, that's the maximum for every division, and minimum I would say silver something. If you are diamond, your minimum is probably gold, your maximum again plat 1, masters probably gold or low plat, I mean the minimum, maximum again plat 1. Alright, so last and most important part of this video, how to win your placement games. Again, we talked about duos, we talked about getting your higher elo friend help you, but how do you win them exactly while playing solo or duo? What do you do? What do you play? How do you do it? Remember, people are very tryhard. People will play a lot different than pre-season. There will be a lot more smurfs, a lot more boosters than pre-season, because smurfs and boosters didn't give a fuck about pre-season. So be prepared to get your ass kicked by a bronze, sorry, not a bronze. Well, maybe get your ass kicked by a bronze if you're challenger, but because, you know, bronzes are the true counter to challenger. So be prepared to encounter a smurf, a booster, whatever, get your ass kicked, and then just get back on track on the next game. Now, besides getting better at the game overall, for which I'm gonna make a separate video, a much longer video, but for now I'm gonna leave you with LS's video on this, because it's a very good, very detailed video. What you can do for your placement games in the limited time you have is just train one champion. Try to master one champion. Train for 1 day, 2 days, depends how much time you want to take before playing the placements. The way this one champion thing is gonna work, it's something like playing as a one-trick pony. Now what you want to do is first, of course, choose the champion. Now how do you choose it? It's not entirely random. You have to go to op.gg or other statistical sites and look at the win rate of every champion in game. And choose a champion which fits your role, get one of the champions with the highest win rate and just spam him. It would be preferable if you pick a champion which you've played before, but it's not necessary if you have a full day of training. And by a full day, I don't mean 3 or 4 hours, I mean at least 5. You have to play at least 6 or 7 games on a champion to be at least decent with it. Step 2. After you've chosen your hero, go to, again, op.gg or another website or YouTube and search for a Korean player. Search for a Korean high elo player who plays that champion, who plays that role. For example, if you want to play top, you want to play top Jace, you search for Khan, or you search for Untara, or you search for Marin, search for Zmeb. Go to op.gg/spectate/list and you will have all your players right there. Now start watching some of these streamers' replays. If you find them on YouTube, that would be a lot easier. If you don't, most of their games are recorded on op.gg, so that's a plus. If they're not and you don't find them on YouTube, just search for another one, search for another pro player. It doesn't necessarily have to be a Korean one, I would recommend it, because their mechanics are the best, but you can pick an NA, EOS, LCS player as well. Step 3. Spam that champion. Spam it at least 6 hours before starting to play your games with it. Now, when choosing the champion, be very careful that you don't choose a champion which is banned all the time, because that way you're accomplishing absolutely nothing. You're training for a champion which will get banned in most games. If they ban your champion in the preseason games, the champion you've trained so much with, well, bummer. Play a champion you know good, not as good as that one, play a champion you know decently at least. They will make mistakes, just try to work on their mistakes, like try to bait. Baiting is so important in this game. Try to bait, get map control and bait. After they make mistakes, it's so much easier to get objectives and get a free win. Don't force yourself to make the plays, wait for them to make mistakes, wait for them to make the plays and you'll be fine. So if you get placed in a higher division, you will have the chance of playing with better players. When playing with better players, you will become better yourself. That's the most important thing in becoming better at League of Legends, better at anything in life, honestly. So remember, before playing, train a few hours. If you have a separate account to train on, that would be great. After you train, try to induce tilt, try to create pressure, try to work with your teammates, try to be at your best. Try to have a cool state, to be positive, and to be fully focused and immersed into the game. You have to be realistic when you play these games. You have to expect sometimes to lose. So understand that even if you go 5-5 or 7-3, it's not the end of the world. It will just take you a bit longer to get back on track, to get back to your desired elo, to get back to your desired division. And again, it's not the end of the world. It's something that can happen. It doesn't matter how skilled you are. You can get placed with people who don't really know how to play this game, or you can get placed with pretty good people, you know, and have a good time. So that's the most important thing, just having fun, right? Because it's a game after all. So just do your best, okay? It will be alright. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. It's been a pleasure talking to you and hopefully helping you out. I wish you nothing but good luck in your placements. I know you're gonna make it. I know you're gonna get that division you want. I know you're gonna be awesome, and I know you're gonna win. I'm gonna make another video these days, guys, about the champions which are the most OP right now in the meta, which are the most broken to play, and in which elo they should be played. I'm gonna release it in a few days, so subscribe to that. Again, you don't have to like, you don't have to subscribe, but if you like this video, it would be really helpful. Let me know what you're gonna play in the placements, let me know what you think is meta. Let's have a chat in the comments. See you later, guys, bye!